Good day, everyone. Just sit back and relax while I take you back in the late 1980s. There is one issue in Jose Rizal's life that historians have debated on several occasions, but remains unsettled. That issue is whether Rizal, on the eve of his death, re-embraced the Catholic faith and de-associated himself from Masonry. Today, I will be sharing with you my side, where Rizal retracted before he died. The morning after the execution of Rizal, the newspapers of Manila and Madrid recorded the event and announced that on the eve of his death, Rizal retracted his religious errors, abjured Freemasonry, and in the last hours of his life had married Josephine Bracken. One Jesuit priest, Vicente Balaguer, who laid the basis for the story that Rizal retracted his words and deeds. It was also he who made the claim that he married Jose Rizal and Josephine Bracken at 6:15 a.m. on December 30, just minutes before Rizal was executed. The exact copy had been received by Father Balaguer in the evening immediately preceding Rizal's execution. Jose Rizal, with the addition of the names of the witnesses taken from the text of the retraction in the Manila newspapers. Father P's copy of Rizal's retraction has the same text as that of Father Balaguer's exact copy, but follows the paragraphing of the text of Rizal's retraction in the Manila newspapers. In order to marry Josephine, Rizal wrote with the help of a priest a form of retraction to be approved by the Bishop of Cebu. This incident was revealed by Father Antonio Obac to his friend Professor Austin Craig, who wrote down in 1912 what the priests had told him. The document, or the retraction, enclosed with the priest's letter was ready for the mail when Rizal came hurrying to reclaim it. Rizal's last words were, "Consummatum est," or "It is finished," were Rizal's last words during his execution by firing squad in Bagumbayan on December 30, 1896. His words are said to have been the same ones used by Jesus Christ shortly before he died of crucifixion. Balaguer, who have heard the most important final words of Dr. Jose Rizal, said Rizal feared for his soul during his final hours. He reported Rizal as saying to him, "Father, since faith is God's grace, I promise that the time of life remaining to me shall spend asking God for the grace of faith." The Jesuit declared, "I can certify with an oath that, loving God, Rizal died a devout, holy Christian death, blessed by God. With His grace, I hope to see him in heaven." In addition to that, as evidenced by a letter to Mariano Ponce on April 18, 1889, at the sight of those injustices and cruelties, I swore to devote myself to avenge one day so many victims, and with this idea in mind I have been studying, and this can be read in all my works and writings. God will someday give me an opportunity to carry out my promise. And lastly, Father Balaguer handed it over to Father P, who in turn submitted it to Archbishop Bernardino Nozaleda. The text of the retraction states, "I declare myself a Catholic, and in this religion, in which I was born and educated, I wish to live and die. I retract with all my heart whatever in my words, writings, publications, and conduct has been contrary to my character as son of the Catholic Church. I believe, and I confess whatever she teaches, and I submit to whatever she demands. I abominate Masonry, as the enemy which is of the Church, and as a society prohibited by the Church. The diocesan prelate may, as a superior ecclesiastical authority, make public this spontaneous manifestation of mine, in order to repair the scandal which my acts may have caused, and so that God and people may pardon me. The controversy over Rizal's retraction is a recurring issue in Philippine history because the protagonists are members of well-established institutions that have been actively involved in the writing of Philippine history. Jose Rizal, because of his input towards the independence of Philippines, he chose to fight for his country through knowledge and the power of letters. He noticed the continued suffering of his countrymen at the hands of the Spaniards and sought to put an end to this situation. Whether the said controversy is true or false, the important thing is Dr. Rizal has made a large contribution and is considered as the largest factor why we claim our independence against Spaniards. Like Senator Jose Jocno stated, surely whether Rizal died as a Catholic or an apostate adds or detracts nothing from his greatness as a Filipino. Catholic or Mason, Rizal is still Rizal, the hero who courted death to prove to those who deny our patriotism that we know how to die for our duty and our beliefs.